Ashe. This is a purification with mapacho. Mapacho is one of the oldest forms of tobacco, in which tobacco is ruled by the planet Mars. Today is Tuesday, ruled by the planet Mars. And I'm going to share a little bit of the astrology before I get into the channeling and the collective messages. Just pretty much wanted to say, you don't inhale it all the way through because it has one of the highest forms of nicotine. Hello. One of the highest forms of nicotine, and you just don't want to ingest that into your body unless you want to deep purge and cleanse internally, in which that has to be done a specific way. But I just wanted to purify the space for all of us and get into the vibe and the energies, right? With that being said, today may be a day in which purification is going to come up throughout the day, right? And this is because the moon is conjoined Mars, and then it is going to be sextiling Mercury. Mercury is in the sign of Taurus, and the moon and Mars are both in the sign of Cancer. So Mars energy is, this is our passion. This is our revenge. This is our anger and just what we're super passionate about. Saludos. And so greetings, everyone. I'm actually going to burn a little bit of copal. So it's interesting, right? That the incense, that was totally intuitive. I just go with what calls on to me. So I was intuitively led to cleanse the space with mapacho today, as opposed to sage, palo santo, frankincense, or whatever. It was mapacho today. And as stated, today is ruled by Mars, and there's a lot going on, right? So Mars is letting us know, and we're going to get into all of this because perhaps you have some messages in your dream state, whatever it may have you. And corpal is a resin similar to frankincense. However, it is connected with the elements of water and the moon. And so that's actually funny because as we get started with the elemental readings, I was actually guided to start with the water element. So it's all making sense now, right? But I just wanted to come on here with you all so that way I can just kind of bring you up to speed. And so with Mercury being in the sign of Taurus, as we know, or you may or may not know, that Mercury is currently in retrograde. Now, in general, this can create a little bit of a disturbance or disruption with your communication. I just literally burned the same one, the mapacho, the copal. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that's what the energy. I'm glad. I thank you for being on the same frequency and vibration, because collectively we are going to need this. And I'm going to share, this is a really, some people are kind of downplaying this energy, but this can be, copal, yeah. A little bit of an emotional turbulence for some of us, right? In the collective. And so I chose to do with the mapacho, I don't inhale it, as I mentioned before. So I just kind of take the pulls and I hold it with my intentions, and then I exhale it out with the intention, right, for purification, in this case, right, in this instance. And so because tobacco is connected with Mars, just really seeing what this energy with Mars and the moon really wants for us to comprehend when it comes down to this, our lives, our minds, right? The moon is the mind. And also what emotional intelligence may need some purification. And so the purification part is important. As mentioned, I didn't inhale it, so it didn't actually go into my throat, and the throat is ruled by Taurus, the sign of Taurus. Mercury is in the sign of Taurus. So this is going to lead to a lot of confusion. It can lead to conflicting and confusing messages or communication. So words of power and affirmations is going to be your go-to, right? Maybe even doing a talk fast for some of you, right? Saying, you know what? I probably look better with my mouth closed today. Not necessarily to allow others to belittle you or anything like that. But again, Mars is very passionate. Mars is, your vengeance. It's your fights, right? Your flight, your willingness. And it can come hard, and Cancers can be quite crabby. They can be very emotional, but very intuitive, right? And so your solar plexus it's having a dialogue. And for those of you that did catch the elemental readings last week, I kind of mentioned this, right? Your ajna and your solar plexus having this dialogue pieces together. And so a lot of intuitive messages. However, you're going to have to really sit with those messages before just running and jumping with those messages to make sure it is not distorted. This is where the purification is coming in. So you may be guided to purify your mind, purify your emotions is the big thing for everyone in the collective is what I'm feeling. Purify your space. And that's why Mapacha wanted to come through. Wanted that grandfather spirit is I'm here. Yeah, you guys are not alone. We have our spiritual council working with us to purify the energies, right? You may get emotions that is coming up for you to reflect on your fight or flight, for you to reflect on, does this need purification? Do I need to impulsively act on this? Because you may have been feeling a little bit lethargic throughout the week, and it may have gotten some messages to do certain things and didn't necessarily do it. And your impulse is just not a bad impulse, a good impulse is actually driving you today and motivating you to get the shit done that you've been procrastinating on. That's a way that this energy can also come up, which that's a good thing. We kind of want that little push when we're procrastinating, right? But when it comes down to maybe getting some news or just feeling a type of way with your emotions and not allowing yourself to sit with your emotional intelligence, right? Which you may be challenged in that area today. The moon conjoin Mars in the sign of Cancer. Cancer, when it's emotional, it can, if it doesn't like what it is experiencing in the environment, it can become parasitic. It can become crabby. It could want to fight. It could want to be vengeful in a sense. And that's a normal water sign type thing, right? And also perhaps you may have experienced, some of that in your dream state. You may have woke up feeling a little bit irritable, feeling emotional, feeling sad. You may not feel any of that from waking up, but throughout the day, just paying attention to how the waters in your body is flowing and the people around you. And if they get irritated and frustrated fast and you're aware, oh, wait a minute, this is not me doing a detox. Right, exactly. Yeah. So detoxing is a form of purification. The throat chakra is the chakra known to be of purification. And it is the chakra in which communicates with all the chakras, right? The Vihistara. And so with the Vihistara, I'm actually getting a chant, and I woke up with it before, and a sister did part of it yesterday, and it reminded me of this chant, and it goes, because I just want to make sure I get it right. So, Om Ka-shang. I don't know if you heard the sharpness. Om Ka-shang. You do that fast. All right. Ong, long. A-U-N-G or O-N-G. Ong. Ong Ka-shang. Right? And this is it's like a lightning bolt. Just like purifying any energetic debris, psychic attacks, emotional manipulation, just a purifying energy, just purifying the energies. So that way anything that isn't honoring your highest good, that's not honoring your soul, get struck by lightning, right? Essentially, that is the warrior of love and passion looking out for you, in a sense, when you're doing that chant, right? You're channeling that inner strength, that inner power. And it connects with many different deities. If you're into connecting with the deities, but it does not have to connect with the deity. It can solely connect with the source within, the God within, the temple within, right? And your voice is magnificent. It is powerful. You are a creatress and a creator, right? And so creating what it is that you want to exist in your reality through your words of power and affirmations, your words of hekau, right? And so that is what this energy is saying. There's going to be a lot of immaturity. Mercury represents the child. Y'all, if y'all have children, pay attention to these children. See what is going on. Ask them what is going on in school. This could be a very potent day where maybe a lot of children either get into fights, may be bullied. Okay, there may be emotional manipulation, mental manipulation, because the moon represents the mind. The mind is not only mental, because it is not just your brain. It is bigger than that, right? It is divinity. Messages and divinity and source and the super consciousness and what may have you. So there's a lot of fears coming up to the surface to be purified. There's a lot of emotions coming up to the surface to see how you deal with your emotions. Are you going to react in your old ways of reacting that may be a little bit immature? Or is there something with your inner child that may need some healing, right? And so these things will be coming up because Mercury is the child. Also pay attention, besides what's going on in your child's school and stuff like that. Just, pay attention to the children in your area, in your neighborhood. Maybe put some words of power and prayer for all the children to, get home safely, to have a good day, to be covered and protected in divine love and divine light, because there's a lot of spiritual energies just coming through at this time, and they're using whatever portals that they can use at this time to try to come through. And our children are so powerful, and they're such great power, open portals and channels. And so they may try to use that. So purifying your children, maybe doing a cleansing bath, or, doing a tea, right? And mixing it. And if, you can do a hot tea, but if they don't like tea, listen, I'm going to speak to my holistic herbal brujas right now. And if you're not, and you're just interested, and you listen up too, make them some iced tea. I promise you, like, you know, you take some herbs, whichever herbs you feel like is going to be purifying to them. You know, you can use like lavender and lemon, right? Which, you know, that tastes so yummy. Making it like a lemonade, right? You can do like a lemonade with that. You can add some sugar to bring the sweetness into their life, or honey to make the energy last longer, right? So that they could withhold and withstand any like resistance and tension that, you know, or they could reserve and preserve their energy, right? Preserving the protection energy, right? And purifying. Lavender is very relaxing. It releases stress. But it also is a purifying herb, a purifying flower. Right. So maybe using that to like make like a lemonade, or you could just do lemons, right? Lemon and honey, you know, just, you know, with water. Obviously, water is life, water is healing, water is cleansing. The moon rules the emotions, it rules the water. And so again, this energy is going to be stimulating a lot of this to be coming up. For some of you, this could be like basil water, right? Whatever. It could even just be like taking black tea, regular tea, green tea, and, you know, putting your intentions into it, making it into an iced tea and giving it to your children, giving it to yourself. This may be a good time, for a great time actually, for doing inner child work if you haven't already, and just maybe reevaluating those energies. For some of you, this is also talking about like pregnancy. Maybe some of you got news about somebody being pregnant, or, you know, you're thinking about pregnancy, or you're thinking about children, or whatever may have you. Tending to that area in your life. Hello, greetings. And purifying it. We're asking, what in this needs purification? If your baby is your business, how can I purify my business, my space, to release and remove that which is no longer serving it, right? Perhaps maybe look at, if your business is older than a year, right? Perhaps maybe look at what you have done within the last year that did work for you and what didn't work for you, and make, write down what didn't work for you. And see how you can purify that energy. Does it need a full purification where it needs to be removed? Or does it simply need a purification where it needs retweaking? Right? So that it can work for you, right? And again, because Mercury is in retrograde, be patient with yourself. Don't rush yourself throughout today. You know, people, they may experience road rage today. There's a lot of rage energy coming through, and you may impulsively charge others for things that they may be innocent about. And I know I had to G-check my ego today, where it was like, I woke up because of a certain dream, and I was like, oh, I don't like that. That is not like godly. That is of confliction and confusion, and God is clarity to me. God to me is clarity. Right? So if it's causing confliction and confusion and distortion, it needs the purification, right? And if it's, causing someone to laugh at you and be tormented, that is a spirit that they are embodying, whether it's consciously or subconsciously, that may need also purification. And so just being mindful of that. I was like, no, that is wicked. That is like, and it's so funny that the terms that I was using, because my younger self, oh, I'm wicked. Oh, I'm this. Like, I used to use a lot of like terminology, and I still do sometimes. Like, I'm a weirdo. I'll be a weirdo. I'm weird. Look up the etymology, right? And that's okay. And, to a certain degree, yeah, we all can be wicked, but taking accountability and responsibility. And so I was like, I felt like it was coming from specific people. And I was like, no, actually, let me be mindful, because I was just, I had somebody incorrectly charge me for something that I was innocent about. And so with that, I was like, no, I know how that feels. And like, let me sit with this and really like, see. And I was like, no, it's not them. Like, I had to really reanalyze my intuition. Dark's not bad. I didn't say nothing about bad or good or dark or light, unless it's not integrated. I didn't say any. You're right. You're correct, but I didn't say anything about that. But maybe that's for somebody in the comments to see. Maybe I needed to say it out loud for somebody to hear that and like think about that, right? Because you let my chart tell it, I'm the fucking devil. You know what I'm saying? I'm a fucking demon and all of this shit. And like, come on, I'm wearing black. Like, let's be for real. On that, we'll take a sip. Because the darkness can bring you back to the womb where you may need to incubate, where you may need to regather yourself and collect yourself and really just feel the waters of your being internally. So I've been talking about a lot of external stuff, right? So I'm glad that you made that comment, because, essentially this energy really wants us to like go within, go back within. And so, the moon has a way of being a little, like if you think of the moon in the tarot card, and it can hold secrets, but it can be illusions, and yesterday I believe we had a transit with like the moon and Neptune, right? So a lot of like distortion and like fantasy or, that type of energy may have been playing out yesterday for some people. Rewinds, right? So for some people, they may have, experienced a little bit of like confusion or whatever. And like I said, that energy, to me, godly is clarity. God is clarity. And so when there is distortion or confusion, not to say that the grand creator did not create all of that, like everything is divine. So I'm not saying that it is not divine. I'm not saying it's not spiritual. I'm not saying any of that. Greetings, greetings. I'm saying that it is a certain spirit that is at play at this time. This is a spiritual play, if you will, right now. And the way that certain spirits are fucking playing is to provoke you to tap into the spirits that you invoke within your being, to play along with them or play against them and navigate yourself accordingly. And a lot of people, they don't understand what it is that they invoke within their being. They simply be, and that is a great thing to do as well. Simply be, especially if you're observing yourself. But if you are not observing yourself and you are simply being you, not making changes, then you need to reevaluate everything with yourself. You need to evaluate your emotions. You need to evaluate your thoughts. You need to evaluate your behavior patterns, your actions, your sleeping patterns, right? What your triggers? Yes. What is it? And that's where I was going. Like, I had to G-check myself, because the messages that was coming through in my dream was so dang on, like specific and clear cut. And somebody had made a post similar to what I was experiencing. I was like, yo, like, just because you can do certain things, like, nah, I don't like that. I don't like that. Like, don't try to play with me like that. Because I like to respect people, but I like to be respected as well. And I know that sometimes people can subconsciously like cross boundaries or not, they could play too much or not know, right? And so I had to sit with that, and like I was getting the message intuitively, like, girl, it ain't even them. Like, it's like, look at the transits right now. And I took a deep breath and I said, well, I apologized in the air to the ethers. I was like, listen, I apologize in advance if I was making any accusations or assumptions that, you aren't responsible for. But I did definitely put it out like, I hold the energies responsible. Absolutely. Abso-fucking-lutely. And if I gotta hold myself responsible, I absolutely will. I'm responsible for my own energy. So I have to be accountable for myself, right? So I was taking accountability, G-checking my ego, and just going within and listening to my intuition, in which guided me to look at what was today's transits. And I was like, that makes so much sense. Fucking fuckers of the demiurges, playing these games. And again, these demiurges, some people call them demiurges, some people call them planets, some people call them deities, whatever it may be. But these energies, they are connected with the divine body. And so, how they're playing their game and whatnot, and how you choose to interact with yourself, right? So that's why I'm saying all of this. You may be feeling like I'm a Hayoke empath. Okay, that was why you was doing that like flip. I see that. And that's why I took a sip. I was like, hold up, let's take a sip together. Another one. There's a lot, and that Hayoke empath thing, I appreciate you saying that, because the empaths right now, how are y'all doing, y'all? That was one of my first thoughts too when I got up this morning was, dang, y'all, listen, gonna have to tidy up. Things is getting wild. Like, they're gonna get wild. And if whether you're like, everybody has empathic abilities. Everyone. To what degree your empathic are, your abilities are, that's different for everyone. And so those that are highly empathic, how are y'all doing? Are y'all doing the purification work, right? Maybe this is your calling. Maybe this is your confirmation. Maybe this is your message to do some sort of purification rites with yourself, to cleanse your energy, purify your energy, to kind of get into your sovereignty, get into your energy, minding your aura, strengthening your aura, strengthening yourself, maybe be in hermit mode for a little bit, doing, the inner work. For some of you, it is time to do some shadow work. Some of you is, just minding your emotional intelligence, and Mercury's in retrograde, so minding it, with patience, with time, not being so hard on yourself, but definitely G-checking yourself where necessary. Empaths, I may be feeling a lot of this energy, okay? And one of the major energies right now is rage, and it's not all sacred rage. It's not. Not all of it is rage for the form of purification, because that's what we're talking about, purification and Mars energy and rage. Some of it is vengeance for the sake of being spiteful, because you feel hurt, you feel challenged, you feel abandoned, you feel whatever emotion is coming up, resentment, right? You feel restricted. You feel like there's something to prove, right? Mindfulness on that. Reflect on that. Why? Why do you feel like you need to be spiteful? Why do you feel like you have to interact with someone's emotions in a tit for tat kind of way. When did you learn that? Why did you feel like it was necessary in your present state of being, right? You may be wanting to cross other people's boundaries purposefully and not just subconsciously, just because you know that you can, and it may be to exert power, right? And so these are like some of the shadowy energies of it, where people are going to want to fight. People are going to want to be vengeful. People are in a rage right now. They're going to be triggered. Today is a day where your emotional triggers are coming up for you to evaluate. And this is an everyday thing. But when I tell you, when the transits are coming out in a certain way, are playing a part in a certain way, that influence is more, it's magnetic to the earth, and so it's being amplified today. Take a pause, right? We don't have to rush. We'll get to the readings. Just breathing. There's no need to rush. Okay. For some of you, minding the colors that you're wearing, if you feel like you can consciously tap into this energy, yellows, pinks, reds, blues. The blue definitely for calming down the energy, right? And like red if you really want to amplify and charge it up, or gold and yellow to like really be in the body of it and the confidence of it and the light of it. Excuse me. White is great for cleansing and purifying. And so Cancer is a water element. So we have water and fire working together right now with, again, Taurus, the earth. And we live, the earth is a Taurus field, right? It's morphing. It's not flat. It's not round. It shapeshifts. So like it shapeshifts, so do you. So do your emotions. So do your thought forms, right? And you have the ability to bend through your emotions to, become a little bit more flexible when maybe you may not have been, right? Or having uncomfortable conversations with people. This could be a time when you're going to have uncomfortable conversations. If there has been a need to have some uncomfortable conversations, today is a great day to like do that, or at least prepare yourself mentally. Say, okay, you know what? I'm going to wait till like next week when Mercury calms down, from its retrograde and stuff like that. But just mentally prepare yourself, emotionally prepare yourself for uncomfortable conversations, right? This could also be that perhaps you get news that is uncomfortable, and just G-checking yourself with that. All right, I think I kind of got to the gist of that. It's like, act where you need to act, purify where you need to purify. Take responsibility, mind the rage. There's going to be, slow down. There's no need to like rush, right? It's not necessarily a race. Cancers, they like to move fast and stuff like that. And like, like slow down. You don't always have to, but then they could also move really, really, really slow. And so that's why that Mars energy there, but there could be a lot of like frustration and irritability that, shows up today. And even if it's not those emotions, perhaps sometimes it's like sadness. It could be any type of emotion that triggers you. Okay. Yeah, I know I woke up like super sad. I was like so sad. And then I got frustrated, right? Because I didn't want to be sad. And I was like, no, fuck this shit. Where is this? Like, no. And it's not always like pointing out. It's not always external things. Like, take responsibility and look at yourself before you go out there and acting and like you're wrong, I'd rather correct myself than feel like I need to prove a point to be right. Because right and correct aren't the same thing. So, dark waters, dark waters, dark waters, yes. Cancer is very psychic and intuitive, like I said, so you may getting a charge on that. But we're gonna get started because I've been chit-chatting. I hope I got all my points out because I didn't write it down. It was just kind of coming through as it was coming through. But essentially this energy is coming to play, and so I am going to do some elemental readings. I'm not going to do it in the traditional way in which I do the elements and then I do each sign in the element. I'm just going to do the elements for the sake of time. And so we are going to start off with the elements of water because that was what came through at first. And as I say that, I can't make it up. I just split the deck, and it is the Queen of Cups. I don't know if y'all can, like, see that. I'm gonna, like, fix. Y'all, my lighting, don't mind me. Y'all get the message, though. So, water signs. Listen to your intuition. You might want to wear, some protection oils, protection amulets, jewelry, just doing some protection chants, like I mentioned the one earlier before. Ong, what did I say? Ong Ka Shang, Om Hreem Kashang, Om Hreem Kashang is another one that's with like more masculine energy. Hreem, Hreem. So when you do Hreem, right, exercise. Om, you want to put your tongue up. Om, feel it, right? Where do you feel it? Ka, where do you feel it, right? Where do you feel it? Is it going up? Is it going down? Hreem, do you feel it on your right? Do you feel it on your left? Do you feel it all over? Hreem, Hreem, Hreem. If you're feeling it all over, adjust, right? And work your throat. Feel the chords in your throat, right? Play with it. Play with yourself for a moment. Hreem, Hreem, Hreem. And hear the tone. And you'll feel it. Hreem should be felt more on the right side of the body. It is more masculine in nature. So, and then shung, right? And you're going to do that fast, loud, with force. I'm doing it very gentle because I didn't want to like hurt your ears. You know what I'm saying? But you want to do shung with might and force. Okay? Like if you was drawing lightning from the heavens above to strike down on any impurities, whatever that may be. Okay. All right, water signs. Let's get into it. This energy, this collective reading is for the water signs for until the end of the week. So today is what, the 25th? Yes. April 25th to April 30th. We're going to do about 5 days. April 30th, I believe that's Sunday. What can you share with us about this collective energy for the water signs? Thank you. So we have the King of Swords, definitely minding your business, all right? Minding your thought patterns. You maybe not being so aggressive. Maybe for some of you, it is going to be speaking up for what you are passionate about, what having those uncomfortable conversations as needed, putting those boundaries where they need to be put, okay? But for some of you, this is also like minding what you are tolerating when it comes down to how you speak to people and how you allow people to speak to you. Some deep reflection when it comes down to your communication. Kind of all the stuff I had already been saying here. You know, maybe you're feeling a little bit more cold, cut, and dry, or maybe you're gonna have to like allow yourself to mind your emotions and detach from the emotion, and be a little bit cold and dry with the emotion to bring some intellect, some intelligence, right? And to balance out your emotional intelligence with that emotion. So just really not being not being like wild spoken, not being disrespectful, not allowing other people to disrespect you. This can be a really strong energy of like impulsively speaking out with like in a rudeness. There's no need to be rude to like prove a point, or maybe, you know, I was talking about proving a point earlier. Maybe you actually do have a point to prove, but you don't have to be so rude about it. You don't have to be cold about it. You don't have to be degrading. What's that word? Like condescending. There you go. Minding the energy, because this essentially in the bottom of the deck is the Seven of Pentacles. You want to make sure that you're going to be reaping a good harvest. They're also saying that you're going to reap what you sow with your words, so just being mindful of that. Let me get another card. Thank you. It's right here, it flipped over. We have the Four of Pentacles. Okay, so some of you are going to be reevaluating how you are spending your money. Perhaps you emotionally spend, and you might need to like cut some things out. Maybe cutting off some like things that, you know, is more of pleasure, so that you can put your money into some investments. Like I said, things are going to get a little bit like wild and crazy out there. So, you know, making sure that you're stocking up on like your food, not in a way of like being a hoarder or whatever the case may be, but just making sure that you are you're minding your resources, you're paying attention to your resources. Yeah, with the Empress here, I told you with Mercury and Taurus, and what I'm gonna show you like that these two wanted to come out together. What does this look like? Mercury and Taurus in a sense, right? Because we have the Empress here, Big Mama coming through with the messages coming through, and Mercury could be quite impulsive here, but essentially there's gonna be a lot of emotions, a lot of conversations. Speak affirmations of love over your life and the lives of others around you. Okay, these are conversations that's gonna be uncomfortable. Like I said, in the bottom of the deck, this is to teach you self-love. Self-love. I really do feel like with the Knight of Swords here, this energy is going to be moving quick, fast, and there's going to be the need to like balance out your speed with what needs to be moved fast and what needs to like slow down, right? Like I was saying, don't charge at things because you're being stubborn or being a bully, right? Charge at things because it needs to be recharged, because it needs the charging up. It needs you know, focus that energy. Turn pain into power, right? Focus that energy with your disciplines on what is serving your highest good. If it frustrates you, right? Maybe moving your body, or ship, you know, some of you, I think I mentioned like fasting. This could be fasting from foods or eating or talking, whatever may have you. For some of you, this is, you know, looking through certain contracts here, okay? And a reevaluating of your values. Yeah, listen. This is for self-love. So essentially, you may have been feeling like emotionally all over the place, right? And feeling like your cup is empty. So you're needing to take time, okay, for yourself to just fill your cup. This is your time. You were emptied so that you can be filled. And if you don't feel empty, if you feel heavy, then this could be that it's time to do some cord cuttings. It's time to release what you are carrying as a burden. Empty yourself. Source, empty me from my expectations. Source, empty me from what isn't serving my life at this moment, and fill me with trust. Fill me with all the resources that I need so that I can fulfill my highest good. Fill me with so much love that I learn the wisdom, and I'm grateful to be that vessel that is consciously tapping into this divine wisdom. Fill me so much where I'm overflow with love, and that it nurtures and pours into the lives of others, so that I can share this love, this sourceful love that is so bountiful. Where there is fear, okay, we bring love, right? And sometimes that love is through information, right? Because like I said, there's going to be changes in finances here. There's going to be changes, like you're going to have to really, if you're an emotional shopper, maybe not do that right now. Minding your finances, reevaluating that. For some of you, is making changes in your home. And I'm going to let you do your evaluations on that, water signs. Okay, essentially, this is so that you can start feeling good about yourself again and get back to your center and not be so influenced by, and this is like a sovereign energy, right? So it could have been that you were accumulating energy. Empty me from other people's projections of me, right? Like, maybe you holding an expectation of yourself that it's no longer serving you, and it maybe once served your life before, because you wanted people to see you in that light, but you're changing and you're morphing, and it's okay to change. It's okay to let that go and change your mind. And essentially, it doesn't matter how other people view you, as long as your connection with source is in its purest space and is in truth. And so that's a lot of like truth coming into the space. Okay, water signs. So that was your message. Keeping it short, keeping it clear, keeping it direct. We're gonna go into the water signs, fire signs, to keep the energy going and flowing. Fire signs, earth, and then air. Fire signs, I hear, what's that song? Is it war or love? What is it good for? Absolutely, it could be war, right? War. What is it good for? Absolutely nothing. I think that's what I'm hearing. I don't know, but maybe you're fighting for nothing, and it's like, what's the saying? Oh, this is coming through for somebody. Someone who fights for nothing leaves themselves susceptible to losing everything. But somebody who fights for their good, how is it? I'm butchering the saying, y'all, so I apologize. And someone who fights for the good gains everything, or loses nothing. All right, that's how I'm hearing it. I'm probably saying it wrong, but I'm just sharing with y'all what I'm hearing. So war, what is it good for? Absolutely nothing. Fire signs, if you are fighting for no reason, mind your temperament, right? you fighting for nothing could essentially make you lose everything. But when you're fighting for a good cause, you lose absolutely nothing. That's what they want me to say. All right. Oh, that was very specific. You know, maybe there's just a lot of war, hot-headedness, energy out there, fire signs. So mind your temperaments. Drink some cold water. I mentioned some lemonade, y'all, to the collective. So let's go into it. What fire signs? Fire signs. All right. What do we have for the collective for the fire signs from April 25th to April 30th? Ooh, all right. All right. Oh, this is interesting. Y'all got a lot of water here, y'all. I kind of do feel like the fire and water is like dancing together, like so strong, where it's like, don't let the waters drown you out, fire signs. Like, don't let the waters put you out. Don't be so consumed by your emotions that you react impulsively and it takes you out of, out of character. It takes you, out of the character in which is with integrity, with vogue and grace and empowerment and authority in a sense, right? Like, don't allow yourself to get there. You know what I'm saying? I've been singing that song, or I might be singing the song wrong. So don't even I'm just telling you what I'm getting. I don't even think that's the real lyrics. Okay? So like I said, even the quote, it's not the proper quote, but I'm just receiving the messages as I am. So someone, whoever chooses to find the lyrics in that, I don't even know who sings that song, right? So put the artist down in the comments below and stuff, right? If you're feeling conflicted, you're feeling confused, if you're feeling overwhelmed, okay, fire signs, you might be feeling like you are literally in the middle of this spiritual warfare right now. You see all those warriors there. You may be feeling like, you're trying to hold things down for you and everyone else around you. And you're feeling like you're really having to push these energies around where, the people around you may be conflicted, or perhaps you're confused. And I feel like this essentially is happening so that you can gain clarity on your path and where you're putting your energy. Because wherever your energy goes, wherever attention goes, energy flows. What are you paying attention to? Are you paying attention to things that have you confused and conflicted on your path? That's derailing you and detouring you from where you gotta go? Maybe it's time to let it go. Are these things that maybe once emotionally stimulated you and filled you up, but it was just serving your ego, and you wait a minute, I gotta really take time to love on me and reflect on my partnerships here with the Two of Cups. With the Two of Cups, am I being selfish? Or am I thinking about partnerships? Because she's essentially, there's two cups there, but she's holding one. And it's do you feel like you have to do things alone? And maybe perhaps you're being called to work with others, like a partnership or partner. And essentially clearing out generational things. This could be generational, patterns that you may have, emotions, right? Maybe these were emotions and conditions that you accumulated through your mother, your father, programmings that you grew up with from your environment and stuff like that. And you taught yourself to be a certain way. And it's time to kind of walk away from what is not serving you no more, because it may have you in a space of distortion and confusion at this time. So you're why the fuck do I feel like I'm being challenged so much? Why, if you feel I'm literally hearing, if you are feeling confused, just pray for your clarity and you will receive it. Clarity is there for you. There's a partnership. There's a lot of connections with you, but For some of you, this is not selfishness. For some of you, this is also like you may need to walk away from some of the partnerships, some of the connections, some of the contracts that you have been connecting with because it's no longer serving you, right? Essentially, when you leave the Eight of Cups, you want to get to your Ten of Cups, which is your emotional fulfillment, right? But it's going to come with an ending and a new beginning here with the Ace of Pentacles, a new beginning here. I feel like maybe some of those partnerships, they served for a time. They served for a time, and if it's selfishness, then it's like, you know, minding your emotions to reflect on like what it is that you're doing. Maybe you're self-sabotaging your partnerships, or maybe you're attracting partnerships and connections. And when I say partnerships, this does not just mean romantic, right? But connecting with you know, some people that's like not really in alignment with where it is that you're going in the long run, right? And like spirit is kind of like showing you and pushing you out of those like waters, right? To get you essentially to connect with the waters that is going to be generational wealth and building your foundation in a healthy manner, right? And for some of you, this is you no longer feel confused. You see the clarity in the partnerships, and you're like, you know what, I need to walk away from these circumstances so that I can really build on this, because this is really like, this is where it honors my integrity. This honors the royalty within me. This honors my soul's purpose and path, and essentially this is getting me to meet the right people in right places, and the connections with that, where there is emotional fulfillment and new beginnings that is going to be serving your foundation. So there's just a lot of like reevaluation of your emotions, fire signs. And you know, if you feel a little bit confused, I feel like by the ending of the week, there's going to be that clarity for you. Okay, fire signs, that's kind of what I'm seeing here. This, for some of you, it could also be a deliverance of a baby. Maybe somebody, I'm not even going to lie, maybe somebody's feeling like, you know, they're not sure. They're questioning if somebody's their baby, right? Maybe somebody was whispering in your ear. Maybe you got some family stuff going on, and there's like, you know, either child support stuff going on, or not sure if that's their baby, or whatever the case may be. It may be some stuff like that coming up, maybe some past stuff coming up that, like, you know, it's for you to be mindful of your connection. So right now there's a big emotional push and emotional triggers out to the fire signs for you to reevaluate your connections with people. Are they healthy connections? Or are they selfish connections? Is it for self-gain? You know, is it connections that they're raising your frequency to a higher frequency? Overall, I feel like these connections and these reflections to these connections, whatever it is that you're letting go because it's time to energetically upgrade your system. So some of you may be experiencing upgrades on a cellular level. For some of you, this is a cellular detox, right? So take it how it may have you. But yeah, it's some upgrades, you know, breaking through generational shit. It's kind of what I feel like you're walking away from. Like, you're like, you know what, just because my family did it that way doesn't mean that I have to continue to do it that way. Like, I'm needing to navigate differently, and essentially is navigating with love and partnership and unity and harmony, because the Two of Cups is a card of partnership and harmony, and like working together in unison, and what's in harmony with your feminine and masculine energies. And, you know, seeing it with, you know, the Eight of Cups walking away. She's pregnant with potential. She knows what she wants to deliver, right? There's the Ten of Cups there, where she leaves from the Eight of Cups, a situation that wasn't working out because she was confused, right? So it was the Seven of Cups to the Eight of Cups, is moving up. You see how it moves up, right? Seven of Cups, confusion, confliction, you know, spiritual warfare where you're like triggered and having to like push your energy out in different areas and avenues and places in your life, like not just from one place, but essentially trying to show you how your decisions and your connections with people causes a ripple effect, a massive ripple effect, whether you're paying attention to it or not, into different areas in your life, right? And so evaluating that and saying, you know what, no, I'm gonna walk away. I'm so pregnant with potential, with so much things good ahead of me, that I have to walk away from those things that's not serving me anymore. So essentially walking away from the 8 of Cups so that you can connect with the proper partnerships, right? So you go from 8 cups to meeting 2 cups, right? Essentially getting to your 10 of Cups. 8 plus 2 is 10. And there was the 10 of Cups in the bottom of the deck with the Ace of Pentacles right behind it. So actual tangible results, right? For some of you, this is an actual pregnancy and a deliverance and a baby coming through, right? Where, yeah, do things differently from how your family has done it before. And you knew that you had to walk away from those toxic environments in order to do so, right? For some of you, this is walking away from like, you know, again, I'm not going to repeat what y'all walking away from the toxic shit, right? But essentially moving into healthy, meaningful partnerships that is honoring and serving, and it's going to show you tangible results. These people are going to show you love, right? And love that money can't buy. These people are going to show you, you know, finances, opportunities, different ways of like helping you move forward. And it may not all make sense, but it's gonna eventually have you reflecting like, damn, I've really been in a survival mode, in a way of like feeling like I had to do everything by myself, and I don't have to do everything by myself. Like, these are my people. You're gonna see the difference between who are your people and who are your distractions. So walking away from your distractions, fire signs. All right, I know I kind of stood there a little bit longer. I just had to like really get the message out correctly. Whew. All right, give me a moment. Earth signs, baby. Earth signs, we're going to clear that. Hello, hello, hello. Greetings to everyone coming in. Please remember to like, share, follow, subscribe. This is going to be posted on YouTube as well. If you haven't already followed me on the YouTube channel, make sure that you are clicking the link on my bio as well, as it is there. All right, we're going to get into it. Earth signs. What is the collective message for the Earth signs from April 25th to April 30th? Ooh, that's a lot of cards that want to come out for a moment. I'm going to, there we go. All right. So we have Spirit coming through fast, heavy, strong. Ooh, ooh, ooh. All right. Y'all talking a lot. Like, hold on. All right. Earth signs. So I see the Ace of Pentacles. I said Ace of Pentacles. The Ace of Swords, the King of Swords, the Moon in reverse, the Page of Wands, the Two of Pentacles. But all of that was like so messy, so I'm not taking all that. I'm just letting you know. But what was the first card was the Knight of Swords. So Knight of Swords, the Knight of Wands here. Hyper sexual energy, a lot of fast-paced messages, so definitely taking your time. There's a lot of spiritual messages here. You could be connecting deeper with your spirit guides at this time, or taking more time to connect with your spirit guides here. There's going to be a lot of messages in your dream state is what I'm feeling, so paying attention to your dream state. What other messages do we have for the Earth signs? Yeah. The Lovers card here, essentially this is to balance out your yin and yang energies. This could also be like maybe some people from the past, walking away. Some people from the past trying to like come in. Oh my gosh. So yeah, I'm gonna also say this. I know I'm in earth signs, but this is for all signs right now, like fire, earth, water, whatever. Like if y'all have past lovers coming up, just reevaluate why they may be coming up. Okay. Essentially, this may be for you to like really just clear your palette, right? Ask yourself, what are you worthy of? What kind of relationships it is that you want? Who do you want to connect with? Are you loving yourself properly? For some of you, this is letting go of abandonment issues and balancing that out with love, and acceptance, right? Because when you accept yourself, it doesn't matter what tries to abandon you. You essentially like, you feel good regardless, or like rejection, right? This may be that you may have to like let people go in the past, or let old behaviors, old emotions, for your balancing out here. That's for all signs, but I'm with earth signs right now. So if there's any messages from people in your past, just like, what is it that they have to like offer you in a sense that is serving your highest good? Or is it that they're just coming in to like take your energy because they probably just realized like, like, damn, you was really good to me and I was an asshole or something like that. And like, let them have to deal with their own emotions in that sense. You don't have to like become emotionally triggered by your past in that sense. But if you are emotionally triggered by your past, then ask yourself why, and what is that, and what does that mean? Obviously Mercury's in retrograde, so these things tend to happen. Yeah, I'm gonna just like leave that like that. That's for whoever needs to hear that, right? But for others of you, right, moving forward, earth signs, back to the earth signs. Let me get one more card. Oh yeah, the 10 of Cups in the bottom of the deck. So again, this could be, letting go. This could be connecting with spirit guides and ancestors that have transitioned to the other side. So reconnecting with yourself, maybe getting into some sort of like mediumship energy. So balancing out your energies to really like tap into that. This could also be like past life regression here. Let me get one more energy. I know that was in the bottom of the deck. One more card. Greetings, everyone. One more card. Yeah, like picking and choosing your battles. One more card for the earth signs for April 25th to the 30th here. Oh my gosh, why does so many cards want to come out? Being in your power. So we have the 8 of Wands here, messages coming through. We have the 4 of Cups here. What was this satisfying? What was keeping you in a space of complacency? What was keeping you complacent? Greetings, V Henny, my sister, beautiful, I love you. What was keeping you complacent? What was keeping you stuck and stagnant that you need to like move away from and like really start amping up, maybe doing some breath work techniques to like raise your vibration, earth signs. This could also be maybe either an apology coming through to you, or an apology being you saying an apology out to someone else. This can be reconciliation. This can be essentially childhood memories coming through. But essentially this is a message coming through that is, maybe a message that you was waiting for, something like that. But essentially like letting go of the old patterns, letting go of like the bullshit, letting go of the bullshit, like, putting your boundaries up. Essentially, like what I see with the Lovers card here, I'm looking at this as the divine feminine and masculines within, as opposed to like lovers without. That's why I wanted to move forward from like that past retrograde like energy stuff, because how I see this, or how I'm getting the energies, is the masculine and feminine within, and really in tune with yourself, and really honoring that and putting the bound, like speaking on that and sharing that with others, and being that direct reflection to others, so that they can see that and honor that within themselves as well. And like putting the healthy boundaries and saying, what, I may have enabled this before, like I'm no longer going to enable that type of like behavior. And so I put a boundary down here and now, like, if you love me, honor, speak my love language, as I try to honor and respect your love language. And if we can't meet each other at each other's love language, that's okay too. But at least let's try our best to like not cross that, right? And not continue unhealthy patterns, right? You know, like, you know what you don't like, and you don't have to tolerate things that you don't like just because people are used to it. Let them get uncomfortable with having to relearn you again, right? Maybe, you know, you was a certain type of way and you got tired and fed up, and you're like, you know what, I need to honor my peace, and I'm no longer gonna like keep tolerating that anymore. But you have to vocalize that and speak it and let them know, so that way, you know, essentially it can keep you balanced, and it can bring harmony and stability. You know, because the Four of Cups can be stability, right? Stabilizing an energy, stabilizing a boundary, you know, but it could also be like stagnant or like stuck energy, and maybe feeling like you haven't spoken on certain things and needing to speak on that. But essentially, you have the confidence here, all right, with the Queen of Wands. You're confident, you're in your power, you know, divinity is like charging you up. It's, you know, you got the sunflower there, you know, and you're essentially attracting what is in your emotional body. So being mindful of what's in your emotional body, because I feel like this is a lot of like clearing up of like childhood things, or just things of the past that like is no longer tolerating you. And essentially it keeps you on your throne in a space of power, in a space of like, you know what, it's okay for me to sit on my throne. It's okay for me to say no. It's okay for me to say yes. It's okay for me to want to continue to manifest in the ways that I'm manifesting for my future ahead, regardless of what other people may say, earth signs. So by the end of the week, you're going to be in your confidence. You're going to be in a space where you're attracting, not chasing, right? Attracting. Let go that, you know, maybe you once was chasing circumstances and situations. You wanted people to understand your point of view because maybe they were confused about your point of view because they have their own perception of things, right? Everybody could look at the same picture in the room, but everybody's perception and point of view is going to be different. Right. So that's why they say like a picture has 1,000 words, right? So we could all be looking at the big picture, but interpreting the big picture quite differently, right? But essentially, like, stand on your throne, sit on your throne and be immovable and allow for yourself to attract, because the messages are coming through fast. The messages are coming in clear. Okay. And again, for some of you, this could be, if it is like some sort of like mediumship and stuff like that, like, this could be that you unlock by taking time to go through your like dormant energies or stuck energies. You're unlocking, greater like power and energy within yourself that may have been, from your family's line. Okay. Or just even like connecting with spirit guides that, you know, maybe there's a spirit guide that's a woman that, you know, did a lot of like craft work, or just, you know, I feel like there's different women's and coming through. Like, you know, there could have been like one who used like her sexual energy in a way to like, you know, receive, right? Essentially, I feel like this is like receiving. You could have been in your masculine energy and you're being pulled to get into your feminine energies to balance out with the Lover's card here. Yeah, earth signs, that's what I'm getting. Like, I don't have another message right now. All right. And last but not least, we're going to go into air signs. Clear out. Give me a moment. I will read your messages in a moment. Your comments in a moment. Just bear with me. I want to get these messages out. Air signs. Oh my gosh. Let go of the overthinking and the anxieties. I just felt like a whole bunch of like swords coming down and like pins and like self-inflictions and like overstimulation. Mindfulness and definitely Wusa. Maybe that's your mantra, right? Wusa. Oh, okay. This may be for everybody, but earth signs also, I know, yeah, for those that are still here. Hemsa, hemsa, hemsa. Clearing out, hemsa. You might have to tell some people, listen, talk to the hand, because you ain't got a man. No, like, talk to the hand, because I ain't got time for it. Push, be gone. I don't need that negativity. Push, be gone. I don't need that negativity. Push, be gone. Right? Maybe, so like that mudra, hensa, and then air signs. Yes, wusa. Very real mantra. Maybe rubbing on your ears. All right. Bringing it back. Calm down. Maybe the lavender lemon tea will be really grateful. Maybe you need to express your gratitude. What are you grateful for? Maybe that'll help take you out of your anxiety, overthinking. Anxiety and overthought can be both from the past and the future. Kind of like just feeling like you need to overthink. I need to always move. Maybe you need to like be still. But the lavender and lemon to kind of purify your insides, relieve some anxiety. All right. You may be feeling physical pain. Yeah, I just had to like stretch my leg out for a moment. Give me a moment. Oh, excuse me. When I'm channeling and I'm releasing energy, I be gassy, y'all. All right. Plus, I'm drinking some tea, right? Taking time to relax. This could also be that maybe you're later on in the week gonna have a lot of things to do moving forward. We'll see here. What messages. Air signs. Somebody's going through like a heartbreak kind of scenario. I think that's Keisha Cole or something, where it was like, love, never knew what I was missing till I found you, or yeah. So maybe you're reflecting on that or missing that, or for some of you, maybe you're coming into that energy. So maybe you were like heartbroken and single for a while, and you end up meeting somebody and you're like, whoa, like, love, I found you. But essentially I feel like it's finding yourself, like the love within yourself. Never knew what I was missing till I found you, right? Never knew what I was missing till I found you. This is yeah. All right. Whoever's I think that's Keisha Cole. I'm not even sure. All right. And I'm sorry that I didn't sing it, because I hear it like if I sing it to y'all might be mad at me. I won't care. Y'all want me to sing it? Let me know in the comments down below, because I'll start singing to y'all. But if you have headphones on, you might want to like sing it out just a little bit, All right, air signs in your element, because we got a lot of swords that just came out. So we have the 7 of Swords here, all right? Are you energetically stealing from yourself? Are you your own trickster? Are there people around you that is energetically taking from you? Are you allowing yourself to be tricked and blindsided from seeing the truth, because it's easier to be in the illusion than to witness and admit or accept the truth for what it is? it can be quite painful. There's blood there, you know. I feel like there's a little bit of ego stuff going on here, and who are you keeping close to you? Who is your company? What conversations are you having? Is it depleting you? Are the conversations you having more of gossip or depleting your energy, taking away from you? Or do you have a lot of ideas that want to come to the forefront that can help you move forward, but you're paying too much attention to your distractions? So you're robbing yourself of opportunities that you have the energy, the power, the will, like everything to create this moving forward. What are you fighting with or for, and why? So some deep reflection is kind of what I'm getting with this energy here. It's time for deep reflection. You may be needing to be put at a pause right now. So this was the 7 of Swords, and we have the 5 of Swords. Yeah, that fight, like literally, you are like spiritually battling yourself right now, or like certain circumstances and situations. And you know what? I hope that you win the war to whatever circumstances you're not even talking about. To whatever situations you're not even allowing yourself to like look at. Are you feeling combative? Are you feeling argumentative? Like, what is, you know, is it that you are challenging others and challenging yourself because of expectations that you have, right? You want your ships to come in, and you can absolutely receive your ships, but you're gonna need to balance yourself out. You're gonna need to balance yourself out because there's certain things that's not balanced with you. You have everything in you to receive because you're a natural manifestator with the 9 of Pentacles. But it's gonna take you to kind of like, you manifest your reality so much so that you may not even realize like what it is that you're manifesting in your life here. You have a lot of potential to receive a lot of magic and money and everything to help you move forward. Because behind that we have again the Queen of Wands and the 8 of Wands again. You know, so I feel like essentially there's so much that you can, I will burn a candle if I were you, if I was an air sign, you know, I would burn a white candle to just purify the space. I don't even know all this purification talk, and I didn't even bring up fire or flames as far as like, obviously for the readings, yeah, but like as way of purification. It's kind of funny. I don't know why, but it's coming up now. So maybe having a candle for purification. If you see it more brighter, I just kind of like lit my, well, not lit it, it was already on, but I just put it higher. Bringing more lights in. Bringing more light in. Maybe sun gazing if it's sunny outside. Balancing out your schedule, balancing out your task. Yes, it's important to speak up for yourself. Yeah, don't let other people take advantage of you either. Yeah, it could be that maybe air signs, y'all tired of people taking advantage of y'all, and y'all like putting y'all foot down and y'all speaking on it, and y'all like, listen, you know, y'all have these expectations of me that I just can't meet for you right now. You know, it's taking me out of balance. It's taking me out of, you know, what I have to give you energetically. This is just too much for me, or it's too little of me, whatever it is. But picking and choosing your battles, your words, your thoughts throughout this week. And there's a lot of emotional foreplay and triggers to the forefront that you have to confront and pay attention to. And a lot of this has to do with things of the past. What's eating you up? What's eating you up that you are ignoring because you are such a powerful manifestator that it is externally showing up in your reality in ways that you're maybe not comprehending or understanding why these things are manifesting in your life, but it's because there's something deep seated inside of you that you need to like go within and confront. It feels like a fear, but it's eating you up. It's eating you up. And it's time for you to like cut off the head. Say, you can't eat me no more. And if you're not going to cut off the head, then at least have control of it and say, no, you're going to have to change your diet because you can't eat. There's no more eating this here. Se acabó. You're going on a fast. Right? So just a lot of self-reflection, air signs. So I'm going to read your comments now. I'm going to clear this energy. Good luck to you all. May clarity for all elemental signs. May clarity be served to you in all moments of your day, right? Where there is confliction or confusion, may the truth and the clarity be revealed to you in the forefront. May solutions come to you in the forefront of your mind. May your subconscious work in your favor. Yes, balance things out. So this is for all of the collective here, the temperance energy, balancing things out. All right. Call on your spiritual counsel, call on your spirit guides. They're open and willing to help you through these circumstances and these times to bring you protection, to bring you balance. Mind your temperament, and do some energy work, whatever it may be, physical, mental, emotional. This is a time to bring balance into your life. I feel like y'all got this. I trust in y'all. If y'all in this space, if y'all seeing this, y'all have the emotional intelligence and maturity to get through it. You just have to have the willingness, because when there's a will, there's a way. And God don't put nothing in front of you that you can't handle. You are strong enough to be able to conquer all things. All things. Okay? And I trust and I have faith that you know that. And if you didn't know, well, now you know. All right, let me read these comments real quick before I go. Hola, hola. Keep up the great vibes. Thank you, sis. I love you. Trina Trends. I'm at work and I was like, oh, I'd love some clarity on stuff. And boom, here you are doing the earth signs. I'm defo meant to hear. Hopefully nobody comes in the office now. Well, I hope you have a good day at work. I hope I was able to bring some clarity onto you. And if not, you definitely can book a one-on-one session with me and you can get a more personalized reading. So that way, you know, it's not just collective energy, but what is specific to you and your life and your journey, because these are collective messages. All things may or may not resonate with you, and they may not all be your story. And so when you get a more personalized reading, you get more direct answers for your particular circumstances and energy. So just want to make that clear. That's a disclaimer for all. Probably should have said that in the beginning of the video. I was just saying to my niece, I haven't seen you on my timeline. So happy to see you. Oh, hello. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Kiana. Oh, I have not seen you in so long. Oh, I love you so much. Thank you for being here. You got it. I'm assuming Sicily, I think you're talking about the song, right, with Keisha Cole or something like that, because that's what, as soon as I read you got it, that was the song that popped up in my head. Thank you for this. Thank you, Davika. Hola, ¿cómo está? Other beautiful. Listen, those of you that's all in here, make sure you're following each other. There's a lot of beautiful entrepreneurs, healers, lovers, light workers, just simply being in their authenticity, living their life naturally as they will. And they may or may not have some resources for you. So just, you know, each one teach one, follow each other, love on each other. And yeah. Thank you, thank you, thank you all. We are all caught up. May you all have a happy Tuesday. If you just came into the video, there was a lot that was said in the beginning of the video, so please watch the replay, get that information, and until next time, peace, love, and harmony.